It's time now for This Week in Rock and Roll History, brought to you by Tom Tayback. Take a moment to stroll with us down memory lane to the good old days, those rock and roll gold days.
Hi, everybody. Tom Tayback here. Happy to be your tour guide going back to the days of soda shops and sock hops in the gym, jukeboxes, and 45 records. Let's begin this trip in 1954. Following his success on the air in Cleveland, radio personality Alan Freed makes the jump to New York City. And why not? He's starting out at $75,000 a year. Although the term rock and roll was used in a few songs, Alan Freed is the man who popularized it as a description for this new hot genre of music. 1956, Elvis Presley surprises his mom by giving her his pink Cadillac, even though she doesn't drive. Now, because Gladys never did get a driver's license, Elvis and members of his band drove the car for the better part of 1955 and 56. Scotty Moore was driving after a gig in Texarkana, Texas, when they hit another car on the highway, causing about $1,000 damage. After signing with RCA, Elvis had the upholstery redone and the roof painted white. The same car, to this day, is preserved for your pleasure at the Graceland Museum. Also this week in 1956, the Johnny Burdette Trio appeared on Ted Mack's Amateur Hour TV show. They won 3 weeks in a row, earning them a string of tour dates. It would be more than 4 years, though, before they could chart songs like Dreamin' and You're 16. 1957, Jerry Lee Lewis has the number 3 record on the pop chart with Whole Lotta Shakin' going on. Jerry Lee had been playing the song in his stage act, but only recorded it as an afterthought in his second session at Sun Records. 1958, Georgia Gibbs performs the hula hoop song on The Ed Sullivan Show. Yes, there was a hula hoop song. Georgia did it because of the hula hoop craze which was crossing the country. Unfortunately, it may have sunk her career. It ends up being the last of her 9 top 40 hits. By the way, did you know Georgia Gibbs' real name? Are you ready for this? Frida Lipschitz. If I'm lying, I'm dying. 1960, Nancy Sinatra marries teen idol Tommy Sands, and for 5 years, they're the toast of Hollywood. Unfortunately, that's all the longer the marriage would last. 1962, the Beatles record P.S. I Love You at the Abbey Road Studios. At the same session, producer George Martin is a little concerned with Ringo's abilities and actually brings in a session drummer to lay down tracks for Love Me Do. Ringo is playing the maracas and the tambourine. 1963, an unauthorized 2-disc set of Bob Dylan songs called The Great White Wonder appears in a Los Angeles record store. It's believed to be the first commercial release of a bootleg album. It sells roughly 350,000 copies and unfortunately spawns more and more bootleg issues.
If this is your kind of music, you'll love my Rock and Roll Showcase, featuring trivia and stories about the rock and roll stars along with their charted hit singles at Podomatic.com or on YouTube. Podomatic.com or YouTube. Just search Tom Tayback. That's Tayback. Rock and roll is here to stay, baby.